everyone, I'm Sabine from Calvin's Free From Foods. Thank you so much for joining us and thank you for watching our little video podcast. Our nutritionist Cara Redpath will joining us in a moment. We're just waiting for the technology and internet to kick in, and there she is. And I'm going to add her in, and today we have a very exciting topic again. Internet magic happen.
Hello.
Hi Cara, nice to see you.
Hi Sabine, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I've just been for an outdoor swim, so I'm feeling very energized.
Nice. I know we're both in Edinburgh, but for some reason your weather looks so much better than on my side. It is sometimes true. I actually, you know what?
It is true.
I look out of the window because I can look in your direction. Cara is just a couple of miles my direction away, and it actually looks better. I have more clouds here.
Yeah, I believe that. We're on the hill up here a wee bit.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're up on the hill. That's exactly why. So today we have a super exciting topic, and I know you're very excited about it. It's about talking about organic foods, and for us at Calvin's Free From, we try our best to actually incorporate organic and also ethically and sustainably sourced ingredients to get into our products. And our original coconut bread is mainly made with organic and ethically and sustainably sourced ingredients, which I'm very proud of, I have to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think it's really important to, just like for our overall well-being, but you have the science behind it. And why does organic food makes us feel good?
Makes such a difference. So organic food's something I've been passionate about my whole life, actually. I don't remember a time when organic wasn't in my field of consciousness. My parents were hippies, so we were doing organic way back then. So organic is good for three reasons. It's good for our biodiversity, it's good for our planet, and it's also good for us. So I'll touch a little bit on each one of those things. So in terms of it being good for the soil and good for the planet, the way organic farms have to farm means they have more crop rotation. So instead of having a monocrop of wheat on one field year after year after year, season after season, draining the land and the soil of its minerals and its nutrients, you have a system where the wheat goes on, then a vegetable will go on, so like a turnip or a potato, and then the animals will go on and they'll eat the stubs of the turnips or the potatoes, and then they'll plant the next crop, and it goes on and goes on. And so what happens is the animals fertilize the ground with nutrients that the other crops have taken out. And different crops bring different things to the soil. And they also take out different things from the soil. And when the soil is nutrient deficient, our vegetables and our products are nutrient deficient. So you're only as good as the soil you are eating from. That is the main thing. So it's paramount that we protect our soil. So that is how organic farms protect the ground, protect the soil. Then by not using so many pesticides, they're also protecting biodiversity, because they're protecting the amount of wildlife that's going to be around, because there is just less pollutant. So if you have pesticides, you are by nature killing the pest, you're killing the insects that would naturally live on those vegetables, but you're also killing the weeds, because non-organic farms would use insecticides. So you're killing the things that the insects would feed on. And we all know we're not at all under any illusion that we now need bees and insects to make up our ecosystem. So it's super important for protecting our biodiversity. And then lastly, and I think the most important thing, is that it protects our health. So when we look at pesticides and insecticides and fungicides just as an entity, and then we look at the actual health of the vegetables. So let's look at pesticides. So pesticides, we know, do get into the body from eating non-organic vegetables and non-organic meat. and they live in the body. It's very hard once you have a pesticide in your system to get it out.
Wow.
It can be done, but it's very, very hard. And so the main principle, the main overarching principle of nutrition and of living a good, healthy life is nutrients in, toxins out.
And we in a previous podcast we have spoken about how to get toxins out and high fiber diet.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. But if you're taking in a food that potentially has more toxins or is laden with toxins than you're getting out with that food, then it really kind of nullifies it. So the main thing is not taking those toxins in to begin with. Now, organic vegetables do contain toxins. They do contain some pesticides. Pesticides are blowing around in the wind, and organic farming does use a certain level of them. Nothing like what conventional farms use, but they're still there. It just means it's better for you. You're getting less of a toxic load in with that product, is essentially what it means. And then on the flip side of that, because of the way it's grown slower, it's grown in richer soil, it's grown with less pesticides. They've actually done incredible studies that show that the antioxidant potential and the polyphenol potential, which is all those kind of like really lovely chemicals that give our body health, is higher in organic vegetables. So the more organic veg you're eating, the more nutrients you're physically bathing your cells in, which is incredible. And this particular study showed that you need less. Yeah, and that's what showed. So if you ate 5 portions of conventional veg, you would have the equivalent of 3.5 portions of organic veg, nutrient-wise.
Wow.
Flip that on its side. If you eat 5 portions of organic veg, you're getting 6.5 portions of veg equivalent in their nutrients.
So you would actually need less to.
You need less.
That would
to
on
have
the whole
more
supply chain. That would actually mean less pressure because we could all eat less if we choose to.
Absolutely, it makes sense from so many different angles, and I think that's why I'm so passionate about it. Is the science is there. We've been farming organically for hundreds of years with crop rotation before we discovered pesticides and industrial farming. And it works. We know it works, and we know it can feed populations. So I think from a health point of view, I would always be recommending people where possible eating organic vegetables particularly. And obviously we can then get into the dirty dozen and the clean 15 and the ones that are better for you and the ones that are worse for you, but the overarching principle is wherever possible eat organic. So that's why it's great that Calvin's is organic and sustainably sourced now. Fantastic.
Yeah, thank you. No, I personally, I try the ingredients raw, and I just find the taste is so much better. It's and it feels better for us, and that's kind of something. And I find it also obviously with other things we eat. It's just if you eat organic, it is. You can taste the nutrition in it. I think it gives it more flavor.
I think that's something I haven't touched on because I'm up here in it's good for the planet and it's scientifically better for your body. But truly, if we're looking at it from that level, it just tastes better. You get an organic carrot and a non-organic carrot. You totally which one tastes like a carrot? Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the one that everyone thinks of is the carrot analogy. But it can be with anything. An organic apple tastes like an apple should. A non-organic apple,
I find especially with apples, you actually can sometimes taste the chemical of it. It tastes like nail polish remover.
And I think the reason for the taste is because, and this is super interesting, is if a fruit or a vegetable is farmed organically, it has to develop its own pesticide response because it's trying to survive, right? It's trying to get its fruits to reproduce, which is what we eat. So it's in the plant's best interest to protect it against insects. So it's in its best interest to have an insecticide level so that what you're tasting, the taste, is the polyphenol. Is the plant's natural insecticide, because that is how a plant protects itself. Kale, for example, is a great example of that. Kale tastes very like bitter, has a very strong taste because it has all its natural insecticide. It's really good at protecting itself against insects. That's
and
why
that
it's so
protection
good for
is
you.
good for us as well.
Yeah, because we're getting those polyphenols. So it's just, oh, it's so exciting. I love it. But yeah, once you go down that route, looking at into veg, there's no going back.
Super. Thank you so much, Cara. That's been again
Oh, you're
so
welcome.
interesting, so insightful, and yeah, I always feel like after we chatted, I come away with so much, and I always so surprise my friends and and people I
Fun
meet. It's
nutrition
like,
fact
you
of the
wouldn't believe
day.
what I know.
I know. I'm that annoying person always.
Oh no, I always feel much smarter. Right.
But it's lovely to talk.
Lovely to chat. We do that next week again. Looking
We
forward
do
to
it.
it. And speak soon.
Absolutely.
Take care.
All right.
Right. And
See you
thank you
later.
for everybody for joining us. And I do know the clicky magic.